All right, guys, so I wanted to do a type of video with fatherhood and role model aspects in TVDU. First off, let me just state these two characters have some reflection of why I don't personally think they are good one way or the other. Is Klaus Michelson, let's do with Klaus Michelson first, a good father? To Hope, yes, but to his surrogate aspect to Marcel, no. Okay, he was never a good father to Marcel. And I guess Marcel wasn't really that great towards Davina either. But at the end of the day, both characters had their flaws and everything. And ultimately, he was a good role model aspect. I'll give that, where he showed Marcel how to build a kingdom, and his kingdom was actually pretty good in season one, and Klaus even said, I'm impressed and stuff. But ultimately, yeah, he wasn't a good surrogate father to Marcel. But yeah, when it was his biological blood, it seemed like he actually was somewhat of a good father, ultimately. But as the Spy Kids quote goes, I wanted more time with them. I wanted more time with Hope and Klaus. And that's why I think Haley should have sacrificed herself the second time around and stuff in the originals. Why does Haley get to have Hope constantly? Why can't Klaus and Hope be together? Also, if you have Klaus move to Mystic Falls and then just have Freya constantly visiting her, no one knows who Freya Michelson is. Klaus can stay where he is and still keep a close eye on Hope and stuff without anyone ever identifying him, and no one would ever harm a hair on Hope's head. And once the danger passes, they can move back to New Orleans. But yeah, the whole entire aspect of that is, okay, the fatherhood and role model aspects for Klaus are slightly better, but when you go to the other side, the surrogate father of Rick Saltzman and stuff, Rick Saltzman is, in fact, a terrible father to Josie and Lizzie because he constantly prioritizes the surrogate aspects with Hope and stuff. And I'll say he's somewhat good to Hope, but constantly bringing up Klaus is what gives me, like, I don't know. You just can't. You're just holding too much on to the past and stuff. And that's why I can't really get that. Was he a better surrogate and role model towards Jeremy and Elena? 100%. He taught them actually legitimate skills and stuff. The problem that I have with them, though, is that Rick is not a good father, period. He lies about the merge. He's running out the clock. Like, they're 15 now. You have 7 years or 6 years until they freaking have to merge into people and stuff. By 17, they already did a merge and it failed epically. But ultimately, yeah, you're lying, and now you only have 5 years. Obviously, that doesn't happen anymore because Lizzie is a heretic. But as I said before, the ridiculousness of the show and everything else. With that being said, the show is the show. Everyone has their flaws in this universe. With that being said, I will not, this is what I'm going to say, I will not stand by any of that stuff. Klaus was a better father and role model. Rick was a better role model, but a terrible father. It's kind of a weird parallel. Klaus is good as a role model to Marcel, but bad as a father. He's only good as a father and a role model to Hope because it's his biological blood. Rick is a bad role model and father towards Josie and Lizzie that are his actual biological blood, but he's a good role model to Elena and Jeremy. So in that regard, that's where things get really tossed up. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. With that being said, I'm out. Let me know your thoughts on it.